Deep in the heart of Africa, where the sun kisses the earth with golden rays and the baobab trees stretch towards the sky, lies the village of Hijibu. This is a land of tradition, vibrant colors, and rich culture. But today, our story centers around a young girl named Abiola, whose spirit shines brighter than the sun. Join us as we embark on an extraordinary journey of courage, wisdom, and the true meaning of strength. Hijibu was a place where the rhythm of the drums and the songs of the people created a symphony of life. The village was nestled between rolling hills and expansive plains, where the baobab trees stood as ancient sentinels, their branches reaching out like the arms of giants. The villagers were known for their vibrant clothing, adorned with patterns that told stories of their ancestors and their land. Every morning, the village would come alive with the hustle and bustle of daily activities, women weaving colorful fabrics, men tending to their livestock, and children playing in the open fields. Abiola, a young girl with a walking stick, was a beacon of light in the village. Despite her disability, she moved with a grace that came from within. Her brother, Olu, was her closest companion. Olu was a skilled hunter, known for his agility and strength, but his greatest pride was his sister. They shared a bond that was unbreakable, forged through love and understanding. From a young age, Olu had taken it upon himself to ensure that Abiola never felt lesser because of her disability. He taught her how to navigate the village paths, how to read the signs of nature, and most importantly, how to believe in herself. Omalara, the wise village elder, often watched the siblings with a knowing smile. She saw the potential in Abiola, the spark that could one day light up the world. Under her guidance, Abiola learned about the rich history of their people, the legends of the past, and the wisdom of the elders. Omalara would tell her stories of great warriors and wise leaders, of spirits that watched over them and the land that sustained them. One fateful year, the rains did not come. The riverbeds dried up, and the once fertile fields turned to dust. The villagers grew anxious as their food supplies dwindled. The livestock became gaunt, and the fields that once teemed with crops lay barren. The village elders, including Omalara, convened daily to discuss the worsening situation and to seek a solution. Omalara saw the worry in Abiola's eyes and knew that the young girl had a role to play in the village's future. Abiola, she said one day, sometimes, the greatest challenges are given to those who are strong enough to overcome them. You have a strength that is not defined by your legs, but by your heart and mind. Abiola nodded, feeling a mix of determination and apprehension. She had always dreamed of doing something great for her village, but she had never imagined it would be under such dire circumstances. She spent her days helping her family as best as she could, and her evenings were spent with Omalara, absorbing every bit of knowledge and wisdom the elder could impart. In a village meeting, the king, a tall and imposing figure in regal traditional clothing, addressed the villagers. "The drought is a curse upon us," he declared. "Only a warrior can save us by seeking the favor of the spirits and finding water." Many young men volunteered, each eager to prove their bravery. They stood tall, their chests puffed out, ready to embark on the dangerous journey. But Abiola, with determination in her eyes, stepped forward. "I will find the water," she said confidently. The villagers gasped, and the king looked at her with disbelief. "Abiola, you are brave, but this task requires strength and speed. You are not suited for this journey," the king said, his tone gentle but firm. Abiola felt a pang of hurt, but she stood her ground. "Strength comes in many forms, king. Let me try." The chief looked around at the murmuring villagers. He knew that if he denied Abiola, it might dampen the spirit of hope that was already so fragile. After a long pause, he nodded. "Very well, Abiola. You may try. But you must take someone with you." Olu stepped forward immediately. "I will go with her," he said. Together, we can do anything." Abiola, undeterred by the chief's words, sought the guidance of the spirit of the baobab tree. She approached the ancient tree, its bark glowing with a mystical light. "Great Spirit," she whispered, "guide me in this quest to save my village." The spirit of the baobab tree appeared as a shimmering figure, its voice resonating like the rustle of leaves. "Abiola, your heart is pure and your courage great. To find the water, you must journey to the hidden spring deep within the forest. Follow the path of the sun and trust in your inner strength." With Olu by her side, Abiola embarked on the perilous journey. They traversed dense forests, with vibrant wildlife and challenging terrain. Along the way, Abiola's knowledge of the land, taught to her by Omalara, proved invaluable. She knew which plants were safe to eat and which paths to avoid. They traveled from dawn till dusk, taking short breaks to rest and replenish their energy. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature, birds chirping, leaves rustling, and the occasional roar of a distant animal. At night, they made camp under the stars. Abiola would recount the stories she had learned from Omalara, and Olu would share tales of his hunting adventures. These stories not only kept their spirits high but also reminded them of the rich heritage they were fighting to preserve. The journey was fraught with danger. At one point, they encountered a wild boar blocking their path. Olu, with his hunting skills, managed to scare it away, but not without sustaining a minor injury. Abiola tended to his wound, her gentle care and herbal knowledge providing relief. "Thank you, Abiola," Olu said, wincing slightly as she applied a poultice to his leg. "I don't know what I would do without you." They faced sweltering heat, treacherous paths, and nights filled with the sounds of nocturnal creatures. Through it all, Abiola's determination never wavered. Her spirit shone brightly, guiding them through the darkest moments. She found strength in the teachings of Omalara, in the support of her brother, and in the belief that she could make a difference. One evening, as they rested under a canopy of stars, Olu turned to Abiola. "You are the strongest person I know, Abiola. Your strength comes from your heart and your mind. I am proud to be your brother." Abiola smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "Thank you, Olu. I couldn't do this without you either." After days of arduous travel, they reached a secluded glade. In the center, hidden behind a curtain of vines, was the spring. Crystal clear water flowed from a rock, surrounded by lush greenery. The sight filled them with hope and joy. Abiola knelt by the spring, cupping the cool water in her hands. She offered a prayer of gratitude to the spirit of the baobab tree. "Thank you for guiding us," she whispered. They filled their containers with the precious water and began their journey back to the village. The return journey was no less challenging, but the thought of saving their village gave them the strength to persevere. With the water from the hidden spring, the village of Hijibu began to flourish once more. The crops grew lush and green, the riverbeds filled, and the villagers thrived. Abiola's bravery and wisdom became a beacon of hope, showing that every individual has the power to make a difference. Omalara, proud of her young protégé, declared a celebration in Abiola's honor. The village gathered for a grand feast, with music, dance, and laughter filling the air. Abiola, adorned in beautiful traditional clothing, was the center of attention. The villagers danced and sang, celebrating not just the return of the water, but the strength and resilience of their people. As the celebration continued, the king approached Abiola and Olu. "You have done more than find water," he said. "You have shown us the power of belief and the importance of unity. From this day forward, let it be known that strength is not measured by physical ability alone." Abiola looked around at the joyous faces of her fellow villagers and felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had found her place in the village not as someone defined by her disability, but as a leader and a symbol of resilience. The drought had tested their spirits, but it had also brought out the best in them. In the weeks that followed, Abiola and Olu shared their experiences with the villagers. They spoke of the trials they faced, the lessons they learned, and the importance of inner strength. Abiola's words resonated deeply with the people of Hijibu. One day, Omolara gathered the children under the baobab tree to listen to Abiola. "Tell us about your journey," a young girl named Ada asked, her eyes wide with curiosity. Abiola smiled and began to speak. "Our journey was difficult, but it taught us that we all have a wellspring of strength within us. When you face challenges, remember that your mind and heart can guide you through." Olu added, "And never underestimate the power of knowledge and preparation. Abiola's understanding of the land and its secrets was crucial to our success." Omolara nodded in approval. True wisdom comes from experience and learning from others. Abiola's journey is a testament to that. As news of Abiola's bravery spread, neighboring villages sought her counsel. They wanted to learn how to cultivate the same resilience and strength in their own communities. Abiola and Olu traveled to these villages, sharing their story and the wisdom they had gained. In each village, they were welcomed with open arms. The elders and chiefs listened intently, and the villagers embraced the lessons of inner strength and unity. Abiola and Olu taught them how to find water sources, how to read the signs of nature, and how to support one another in times of crisis. In one village, a young boy named Kofi, who had a similar disability to Abiola, approached her shyly. "Do you think I can be strong like you?" he asked. Abiola knelt down to his level and took his hand. "Kofi, you already are strong. Your heart and mind are your greatest strengths. Believe in yourself, and you can achieve anything." Back in Hijibu, the villagers continued to thrive. They implemented new agricultural practices and irrigation systems based on Abiola and Olu's teachings. The fields were abundant, and the village became a beacon of prosperity. Abiola's role in the village grew. She was often called upon to mediate disputes, offer advice, and lead ceremonies. Her wisdom and compassion made her a natural leader. The king frequently consulted her, recognizing the value of her insights. One evening, as the sun set over the village, casting a golden glow over the landscape, Abiola and Olu sat with Omolara under the baobab tree. "You have done so much for our village, Abiola," Omolara said. "Your journey has transformed not just you, but all of us." Abiola smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "It was not just my journey, but ours. We are all stronger because we faced the challenges together." Years passed, and Abiola grew into a wise and respected elder. She continued to teach the younger generations the values of courage, wisdom, and inner strength. Her story became a legend, passed down through the ages, inspiring countless others. The village of Ibn thrived, its people united by the lessons learned during the drought. They celebrated their heritage and embraced the future with hope and resilience. Abiola's legacy lived on in the hearts and minds of the villagers. And so, the village of Ibn flourished once more, all thanks to the courage and wisdom of a young girl who showed them that disability is not a weakness, but a unique strength. Abiola's story spread far and wide, inspiring many. Remember, dear listeners, true power lies in our hearts and spirits. Until next time, may your hearts be filled with the strength of Abiola's spirit. In the end, Abiola's journey taught us that no matter the challenges we face, the strength within us can guide us through. Let her story remind us all that we are capable of great things, and that our true strength lies not in our physical abilities, but in our spirit and determination. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May Abiola's story inspire you to find the strength within yourself and to face any challenge with courage and wisdom. Until next time, stay strong and believe in the power of your spirit.